Now report one elige.
What's it?
One elige.
Oh,
now free pedi ma ko na me ti se o mu bokwa kwadi na me kwakwa ti well lige report.
Enye kwakwa.
Oh, okay.
Enye kwakwa.
Okay.
Kwakwa na eventually no a coordinator for all the committees. Nti ewie ya yehwe mu no na yeso so nsem no so ye be ye final draft no. So akoye draft no by no na okita assembly no safo no kita no. Nti na nkrofo de ko share no. Enye wono.
Wala jo me na kontoko.
Oh, me hwehwe mi amahwehwe makohu ni pakro yesa.
Oh sir, ne wa ya.
Mpacho mi ndi mo di already. Is it deliberate? By mistake, oh, and yet deliberate. I'm saying now, no, a passing on to necrophobia. Whoever had it, you know, and so a tetrim. It was one group. So group B, and yadima. In fact, the soft copy, enipa, and 9. And never was
copy ni bi
kwakwa and na custodian ono ye coordinator nti wie no na we decided say and say e ko bia the mempo as the chairperson I didn't have it tina woni ho pani ba ko na ohia se mani bi na mani bi nti no onni komasinti no na wo se mano soft copy. There was a second person. Na one so no two kwan. One so a key person. No two kwan ya. Wo fa wiem hyen aba no so TV hyen mu ananka wo kan. Na mani bi. Sankofo no mi no omo nyesa.
Omo nye.
Omo sankofo no mi no omo nyesa. Ana ayi me fan say group B. No so na committee na ko enu ma ko shia enu ma kasa mo they were very transparent, very honest with them. No ka say amu bia mo report ni bi enti omo bopunu mu no na yedi ebi ema omo I think say group no so
oni asem
say group no so dem say transmitting it in
the way the few ko ho no now
it wasn't deliberate, but you see bibi boni mu na ye mu
of course
I didn't hear.
So they grab
ultimately it's meant for the constituencies. The constituencies will be a babon here can say ultimately it's meant for maybe a time in our case be a enko constituencies na enum could din komo no no then they said be anke pakro yes sir, but as I'm saying me interrogate here say no hu say enye no kreni just nansane ne and I'm hu ni pakro no
just 3 days ago yeah and I'm hu ni pakro no nti am say me buy my better say meeting because baby ma muko ball kwakwa adu kwakwa meeting bi na me friend no kwakwa na wo no ko liki report ro ti o minia mo we
ndi nyono but
defeat ma nipa eba for more humble but defeat
yes
that might be naive or ignorant about kwame de me ma soft copy bi wona yi so working kan I might be naive mo ya mo ko nyina no the presidential candidate comes in and a religious aspect meaning what it is here it's a religious aspect when it comes to tribalism ne sa no ma no sa ankomodi no man for so amfamba
oh omo bisa ho asem we hear report na
the minority
we hear report na question na mo de ko e no krambo na e wachiri
tribes and yeah
question no and some ko bisa ye no nyina eno no e wachiri what you say eno e ka ho no bisa ye nia e wo mu ni se Ashanti region hade konso ezina moko e nyina no omo wie bibia no bisa mo so na baby this is the first time MPP for a district ni ediko nanim na mo giri se eno so nyansunsanso wo abato no the spontaneous question response well debi
okay
oh obi so obi asem na o debi chese asem no chese wa
irrelevant it doesn't come at all.
Then they ask a second question related one This is the first time I did ceremony. I be the him, and also so Debbie.
Oh, okay.
What you say?
Okay.
And it never had any A.
Okay.
Baby, me nu and omo koye. And na omo de kusasi for omo hono, omo ba ho. Be catch omo say, omo kusasi for. Na omo nko for na be catch omo say. Asem esi e wo sirimu no. Oboku no. Eye Dr. Baumia and I got to trade your mamma and prison for someone kusasi for no.
Oh, okay.
The kusasi for no penny for be bar shanty region had be about 10 days. Murura kusasi communities
and tribes no majority
kusasi for no.
Nti almost say
almost every village
and yes sir oye mamprusini.
Okay.
And yes sir oye kremuni. But that's no be catch no. And then edi huma no. What you say? So it is not as if say we mampusini. We srimini. We kremini. We mo kai.
Akoto tuntuo ni
Yes.
You almost say.
Okay.
Bia. And some be kai na to mo akoma so na fe ebi man koto aba no. Also man koto aba so mututi ai. So those are the things that a buy. But say we srimini we kremini no de.
It doesn't come in.
But you see, Ashanti region assembly.
Oh yes,
and Ashanti is one of 16 regions. Even though Ashanti has votes waha. No about 1/5 votes Ashanti region is close to 30%. Is close to 20% of total votes. So, say other regions no national body no econo. So make us all ready. Who is and I say confoso e ka ho na de minti menchire.
Oh, okay.
Minim ye e be film report no aba. But Ashanti dey bibi no ha.
It is only after the facts have been unearthed that the appropriate solutions can be preferred and implemented. A study conducted in all the 47 constituencies used both qualitative and quantitative methods to gather data, where a team was employed to visit the constituencies to administer the questionnaires to 2,559 respondents. The research revealed the following as major causes. Afitio causes na emo mudin kugone ene yebebo boso ne tie. As major causes: 1, the current delegate system of selecting party leaders, including polling station. 2, electoral area constituency, regional and national officer, as well as parliamentary and presidential candidate. The general economic hardship in the country during the period under review. The perception of corruption tag, the leadership style of the President Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo. Hey, really? The leadership style? Oh, hey, are you serious? The leadership style of President Danko Akufo-Addo, which people perceived as single-minded and then intransigent. Ish. The perception that government was controlled by the family of the President Akufo-Addo. The perception that the president single-handedly controlled the party. The perception that candidate Baumia, the vice president, was a shadow of the president. The perception that he was involved in the Mamprusi Kusasi conflict. Asemi na da hoyo man kan chiramo. Asem way ena me beka chiramu MPP for se per my intelligence se ebeya Baumia woman in form, because Baumia belongs to one of the factions. Asemi na da way into kwakuma ya otro for se mahu ma me fi meni asen chiramu mahu. The Mamprusi Kusasi conflict, ineffective operational coordination on the election day. Hey, the perception that President Akufo-Addo's government neglected the Ashanti in the development of infrastructure, especially roads. The perception that there was a disconnect between the regional party and the constituency parties, the acrimony within the regional party, the conflicts in the constituency parties which were brought down from the 2020 constituency primaries at all levels, including the conduct of parliamentary primaries which were not sufficiently addressed and which got escalated in 2024, non-payments of emoluments and allowance to the youth that government had engaged in the many youth employment models, the non-employment of teachers and nurses who had passed out, not holding the presidential and parliamentary primaries on the same day at a period when tension was palpably mounting in the party, and which allowed the outcome of the presidential primaries to cast a shadow on the parliamentary primaries, among others. Around 98% of the respondents believe religion and tribe did not play a role in the election outcome. Many respondents expressed their disappointment for the reason why this research work could not be carried out till after the election has been lost. Folks, my mom and Sasso, this is serious. Hopeson.
Yeah. This
is terror. Report here, terror.
Say that. Yeah, I want to.
This is terror. Take it out from here.
Bet me so I can say. Apart from your hand, no be any report. No.
That's right. So how do you break it?
How do you break it? Say, or more present report to the regional chairman.
The MPP regional chairman.
Yeah. Some of me go through now, me mark baby. And I'm executive assembly to pay. And I'm the two. Yeah, can't say. Facebook.
That's right.
I feel there. Just say people sitting I pick it from there.
That's right.
I know what they all report.
Good.
Wait, I say, yeah, Casse. Your intelligence, no, a year amount for NTS. A toha near for.
Yeah.
Just a Cassie and
Aye.
I don't move here, and I'm saying, no, I don't know me here.
I say, Saka.
Miss Sakaya, I need 3 minutes, grand, I'm saying,
that's right.
It's report to no executive summary. You're heading there. Or my 14. Or my 14 recommendations. On your but you Wednesday. Me a share no. Now fe you wear no now. Then you better that report to no mankasa. So say we say we need 2,559 and a kasa. Now 47 constituencies. It would divide 47 by 2,559. 54.4. I'm fine, say 54.
That's right.
Let's just say constituency be a money 54. And
a very significant too.
Now, Isha. Oh, Isha. Now, we constituency be money 80,000 and a 2 about. Only 54 kokasa. What will you get? Oh, yeah. Like I say, a region. Every constituency, so we make sure Omongo Kasa Okroba Koso.
Yeah.
Or call the hinterlands in Kranase, or miss added to the Mantuaba. No motimaye. And I was expecting, say, Combe to Akasa, or Mudini Pabaye 10,000 cry Akasa. Can no say no, and Ka Yakakra. So on it.
Yeah.
But what share page 4 Nancy about executive summary.
That's right.
Paragraph 3 no, was apart from party officers at all levels, from the 47 constituencies in the region, we in particular extend our appreciation. Page 4.
Page 4, sorry.
Yes. Appreciation to trotro and taxi drivers, market women, traders, business men, washing bay attendant, Okada riders, Pragya riders, youth groups, teachers, doctors, nurses, mechanics, and other artisans, barbers, hairdressers, seamstress, food sellers. Your cooperation has been immensely helpful. Now, money is ungrowful when you kasa. I don't think so. Me assure say, or much be keke. So, sir, committee members in this one. Committee, no, special committee members, no. I one of us, Kyei Mensah, former majority leader and former MP for Swami, one chairman of the committee. And you go Miss Ameda Anchi. ono eye secretary. Yewo Mr. William Opombio. Ono ye member. Yeah, you Opombio ana. I see. I said Opombio there's what in Graham. And I did fufro. And yewo Honorable Ben Abdallah, member. Oye MP. Mrs. Rose Hamilton, member. And a Dr. Ohiniba Usudanso, member. Sadi Pasesi and a committee. No one sanso echo ahead. Echo kofa. Ada a year or money or more a year juma. Chese or more and a year third a year for no. Chese or more coco share. Say bibia beti me akoso. That's right. Meba mehwe sa list no so na mabobo e de akiro o mo so eye nipa baako 15 na sa 15 no yes o mo ye 15 number 1 eye Daniel Kwakwa one na ye coordinator eye field team no mo ana Honorable Augustine Collins Augustine team member or ye MP ana Mr. Ishak Cheibrobe oka communication team ho Dr. Solomon Kwati Foku, Mr. Ajaben Owusu, Mr. John Kojo Owusu Boache, Mr. Victor Owusu, Mrs. Adwa Aduchumwa Boadi, Mr. Victor Osei Poku, Mr. Kobna Jomo, Honorable Kofi from Pong, Mr. Richard Mensah, Miss Helena Mensah, Honorable Martin Apia Nyantechi, and Mr. Daniel Girardo. Sir, wow. For 15 so and the former the third team omukoye enti omuna omukoko gadagada sanse mu yina no mde bae wonim ye ko ensem no mu a wo se baby esre pa but to the emfa we no wo hwe executive summary na ensemfua baako edunan nyama baako 14 and almost say a course the defeat of MPP in Ashanti region. Na emubia no ehu kakra. Emubia ehu kakra. Hwe die dedikai number 1. We must say the perception say our current delegate system no a problem.
And no one look what to obey.
Say a problem. And no current so a problem. So because ye ba to aba ye yi 5555 e wo polling station ye flew akwa yi nipa ba ko electoral area ni akoyi 17 people e wo constituency ni asakwa yi 17 e wo region ni akọ national so ni akwa yi
9 people no
sir then no free hono a na afi omaba presidential ni ye parliamentary na sankrofo 55 and the Quacoto aba a constituency for no. The constituency for Nubia, or Musun a Quacoto aba a region. Na yina yahu, hawa, chese, sika, ababedi, and tea, ewo, sa process him. Wouldn't him say electoral courage cry a mubie, no? Let's thank Alan Kojo Chairman. So, 2007. Now constituency be am say nipa 10. And the Kokotwaba, a presidential.
2010,
Yeah. No, 2007.
Okay.
2007. Now, side nipa 10, no. Constituency, ebi omubeyi constituency executives 5. Yeah. No masalete, ebi a council of elders polling station near the 5 account na ye 10.
Okay.
Na modi akọ. E honum ana sikatua kesiye pa eshasiye.
Money inducement.
That's right. Eti nipa 10 per constituency there. O bo humodin lodu kakra. Let's say obetima fam. Sabre no. Alan kwa kushia constituency a o se monfre polling station fo nyina anya dan. Emrabi. Na manfo sere no. Say o delegates 10 kwa koto aba we say yes sa constituency fo nyina polling station fo nyina ba. O hwe delegates ni wi a no wasa masika say omunya dan. Omunchema constituency for no munko. The reason behind they say send your beya polling station for no boomfu. I see. Enka say we mu pe. Ana omo eji wo mo ani. Ana omo yes ade na na ehun say ebedi nyan pa enti ane esa na tie dia ane entrim ane yeso okay say constituency executives nyina beto aba.
I see, as electoral college, right?
As electoral college niemfa yi for so ema meka ho polling station for meka ho na omuntimi en select presidential candidate the mom ye connection dia constituency nko polling station for nya den emma mu bi eni ade but wo hwe sa discrepancies na ewo mu na eno major cause amasadi way ekoso
and no capture so report him
eno na number 1 year Emma MPP di nkuguo poto eno ye number 1 because the etienne say na den ye koye presidential primary candidate super delegate so temenka that become a whole chief of staff veteran party headquarters disika ko share dem no wo to abawe no atwe akwa ko ya ka che omo chief of staff che dem ho to otu wi akọ de kokwaje na manfo ye make gina manfo se omo TV da omo invite me disciplinary committee kra
really
ho no mo no ana me ka che omo se me CCTV na bo ho no mo me enko ho sisi a yenko bo that day yenko bo playback na mo hwa de ho na omo dwodwo ye omo amfra se me biom me make a joke. So because that mean kasa out of a yikeke. Me who ye, I was there. I was the polling agent. So I saw it. Me catch a regional commander and so onko yin impie. Eja onu susuro. Onko chief of staff impie.
Hey, mami remove.
Abatwa ni eto. Wo business wo. Wo hwe see ato no headquarters.
And wash them.
And wash them wo. Enya brusa no so de no. Wo say stores bi na wa na chi. And then go do akwa kweshem. Ho na woman organizer you so asedai. Akwa kweshem ho no. Eti ballot polling booth no. Bako esi ho. Wo tuwie ya no awura da no mu. Ni amoamo na de ahye obuto na obesin de akọ. Ye hu dede yina. So no mo fi say omo ye obi. Eno ene ye ne. So ne tie no. Ye hwe number 2. What was number 2? A general economic hardship in the country during the period under review. Ghana forecast omanu maye den no. Ebi muso omunte da. Bibia kwaso kama. Mo report. E na capture no. Nature say amafo ka no. Asantima mu pe. National ward nyamaye. Me say national ward top for me be nya, o de nya mutre. Nya mutre. And Miss Eto for why you benya. Or more present here, benya report. So, eti sabre na Ghana for air cano. Ananka mutie na mukase and the yanga who bibia. And Ghana said Nenga Musi. And he said Nenga Musi. So, eti or my gentleman say yes. Yes, sir. Now, or my numai day, I she. Yet to me and sir. Say perception of corruption tag.
Jesus.
Perception of corruption tag.
Not just a no kumasino, never jitum say, Katas shiny prony dream be near Coswa Santiment.
Really can't get you now. And it say, I also, woman or more express or more interest, though a Ashanti region here, but more at the national level.
Exactly.
So, Obia Cassa. That the MPP are buying Ketasishane Proye, we air coso near the ade, Moantie, and Roka Hubi, Ada Amaya Yade, Yatofo. Number 4, was it the leadership style of President Akufo-Addo, which people perceive as single-minded and intransigent?
Not just say, woman Penia Akufo-Addo Sabreno. Na kumasi santimemu no wo mu hunu ti se obi a ese won why country ko bi ono oye na ade obi anka na sem o just why no hu tumi wura en wo ko no de ope en wo yo sa en santimemu no mu hu Akufo Addo
eti putu no in the simple term na na ye nkamasem eti wono ne de no
ne we hyenkrofo tirim
eno no mo atwere Kyei Mensah bonsu chairman omo na presenting report yi edu bi ne yakinkan yi and yeah, Omumra made this proof say, and you reported in here.
But ever since me say so be a this.
Miss Omo was 6 chapters, 51 pages. And one the die. And one the die. A bin ko baby a bin ko e bin fribu, e bin meka ho. And one
as of that break here the Friday.
Yeah, they are much of my ekitachama won't to me.
No, they are sharing who di.
Russian hood. And that's all my so mon fan to abonti. Eti party for benefo no Asia.
Any year come
ba ku kita. O kan ya no mo abobo, o kan no mo abobo. O mu bi anacha man sa dia ko share ni save mu.
I say Japadi.
Ajapadi. Yeah. Adanya nyango fadu bi abeto abonti. So ne je no. Eti nana yen kamasem. Eno eye number 4. Number 5. What's the perception that government was controlled by the family of President Akufo-Addo?
The war patch say, Afina Santimem no say, MPP Amanyoko no, President Akufo-Addo, any nianum, and a chess will control by Nina.
So, eti, and so I get no credit. I never talk to me here. Say, I buy take decision by a certain prime minister, Mekasa, and your
decision. And
what I say, President Betimaka say, Nani Nebiako Bogu. You bet me to be a cocoa, and I could tuna to baby. Basa. Eti, Nipadu Duona, if he say, na Akufo-Addo, the president there, ne Busian for another no more a control, a year abino. A year no prince so.
Yeah.
No, dear, a year no prayer. The perception that president single-handedly control the party.
Or say, na fi na santimemu no, one mu susu hu ni say, woman peni Akufo-Addo, wono party no, aban no, ono ana no wo ye bibia. Chairman Nkebi, national organizer Nkebi, obia Nkebi wono nko a.
Yes, I'm committee a, o kasi we no pay no ana no. Executive for be ka bibia o say no ana o pay.
Ene chairman abre.
Edru so ase a wuntimi a.
Na komi anzo e.
Monte.
Omo so mabre.
So munyi na omko akotena fie. MPP for Pamo Munina. They should get new faces. It will help them. New faces. They say all the executives should go. Oh, please. 4 years. They say 4 years. Hey, we jadi paba ko pewo. What say the whole thing? New people, Emra.
And on back cleanse with their then it means and so some present it. This time because
no. What you bedru ho? According to you bedru ho. Said you be bedru ho no. Etu am fi so no nkwa na yi. And another one, the 7th one.
Yeah, and Messi one oh.
There be 7th one. Was a perception that candidate Bawumia, the vice president, was a shadow of the president Akufo-Addo.
Yo. Ahano so the war patch say Kanano vice president Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia. Na when huni pebi say ice will need on the susujina or no the Akufo the Bekano and a sub-7 prayer oye. Oni to me wa quiet Ashana Manuel Akotran, but a quiet says sub-7 who pie Akona wode fence and Okama do which is all the echo. Oni to me the Obekano and as what the year.
Eti Yafani say Nipajina Hua. Na wi ada no so a wo bon se sunsun bi da ho
eda ho
sa sunsun mu no wo so mu enso eso move ana move sa pepepe eti se omudi ni si ho no mu a Akufo-Addo akoye se sunsun mu no
motor so
wonya se move sit no sit
but no MPP mu na mu true report we
me say report confidential report obukwa godwem e they are planning for the next year no what am dey kai and as someone will muka wa hands no a trobianim quite number 8 was a perception that he was involved in the Mamprusi Kusase conflict.
Iranum their hopes na can we hear say can vice president no mususu say ayen boku nto kwaye wo between the Kusazi for any Mamprusi that vice president no dimu akotene pa ye report na kan
the report you can no. It's a month for fee, say, because of that, you know. David, Enkoye. And Nutina Boko, some of the polling stations. MPP score 0.
Baby say wale.
That be Uko Boko, Ankasa, Boko constituency, no. A Hod Ankasa, no. Baby or Hodumwa.
MPP score
0. And I'm besides, a Jomupuli agent, I know Honsway. What up, I go to Nehadi? What is it? Sure. It was alleged, say, okay, Oda Maminja Hono. A honor conference zone, Timamin Kahonsem. It's where a report, Maka. But I did you what? Hey, TV soon here. But your power, what they may brief you. Eh? MPP Mranje be who am baby or up to now.
Hey,
what do you ever come some later?
Make me like I said, disappearance be a cause.
No danger would ever come once. A teacher number 9. Ineffective operational coordination on the election day.
Just say, if Dan Wankasa year to Abanankasa no, MPP so muhu, Mwabu so mabu muhu, Ede Quaco to Abano. Nina ne ensi fapim.
Sure.
AJJ Mungwa.
Oh, national organizer.
Yes.
The near break campaign. Na designers. 25,000 watch. Na bono. Na ya wokitano. No so soprano be nyando be 10,000. I mean,
so then I can figure say oh kabana na bi eh.
Na ho biom. One dey designers. So on yet no. Eti nipa a wo ye organizer. Wo ko na say life na wo bo a. Eye adwuma be na akwakoye. Organizer adwuma de ye de la course na ye o. Wo twa jinsi bi no de la course aguso. Wo timi shadow be 1 week. Na wo na mu wram. Sa de ye de ye adwuma no. Enye ne ye tetete nkran. Ye ti kumase. Ni akotra TV so, ni akwakwagina yi so. Enye no. Eti ineffective operational ayi ankoso on the DJ. Look, DJ me to ma ba wa ha. Me to aba of Valley View University. Oyibi. Me to ma ba wie no. Ana me be fa 11 o'clock Friday.
Oh, okay.
Ana me ko Kumase. Me dru Kumase. Ne ya position rantie bi so omo hwese me ba. Because already no mo ato o mo ahyehyɛ nuama. Se be dru ho mbe man krofo abomi. Ana me fa yi, ana me standing na be test. Se akwana mo akofa na free ni jaba no. Ontimi nya foko awokam. Etina krofo gina ho. Na me see na me pie God so good. Me nya first seat be ekono. Nti me first person me see. Eti chese be pentempa akofa ka. Me pie ya na me hu se nkrofo start atwitwifo. E ho ada me sere. So on dey no. Hey,
that's right from the airport.
Oh, akwana land. Me say the omoye bi abako kra ni ho ya adwuma. Akwa bi omde me ba say o enyo ono a. Me picture guitar no say enyo ono a. Enyo ono na atwabo no.
Really? Any so bi dey na said.
What's that don't know Jono? And they jam me call you straight. Me friend coffee what you say. See Obi, now the name was you me worry has a other Michiano. Ah. Radija go for. What? Oh, they see. Me catch up with it. Look, most of the things. Ya nani e praniu. Ya no man na hana. Ya na hana mumu ye no. E toda ya no sa na suggest what we should do.
Na
koyi amomo. Aso so mo se me nka ho. Mo pa mo be. Na me ko kan wo mo kika sa asem no na me ka me rua me pray. E ma etimi win 2016. Some be ka sa asem no. Ani ya che me ko to mu. E wo ministries police station. Me ko da ho ma de chen. Ade chen ne de me ko court. Yes, oh ya sheda yankomra sa. Last 2 weeks, yes I call court. O masa de 28 May. Say ye besa ko. I mean, e dey no. Eti we dey special appeal to Attorney General say, we dey all my advice no. Say so mo prosecute how they say prosecute. Dey court to the latter.
Exactly.
Charge be no mo dey call ye. Mo say make asem say and I'm say yes, me na make ye. I don't say and I'm say yes. But it did not happen in Ghana. It happened in Togo.
Outside jurisdiction.
BBC regional commander said, Togo authority at Tro a Yabro said BBC CNT. Yahusheni banana. Have you know him? No, be a member to say Yamiana Bika, Yamian, Yamaican, and Ukraine. What's Aquacobomi charges say false information.
So you have for the Yedma.
Yafa, Mita say, charging now what they call court. Me say yes, at some no men are maker. Yes, a idea me kokoye. So what should we say my publishing false information?
Hopeson Adorye grab on charge because sense me say the first time see it we be.
Me say, wow, me can be beach dom. Me say MPP on te some be pamicho. Ah, look, omo be risa. Omo young 20. Omo be 20. Me I know who I am. Me nim ya me so maye. What you say? Until some be pamicho. Makachira omo say 2028. Omo di agro ombenya 28%. Make kind of movie say me di agro.
Yeah, some the
Hey, me jina ho ka say Baumia will get 39%. Na man for 3. Yeah, the day na Kyei Mensah declare no, or man 41%, right? Now can 9 constituencies. One the 9 constituencies no be can final results no more but 38.3%. Drop it. 38.3%. Etu do omo tra hodom. Omo ba hu ne besi. Eti na ye wom no ineffective. Operation coordination of on election day.
Yeah.
Number 10. A perception that President Akufo-Addo's government neglected Ashanti in the development of infrastructure, especially roads.
Asemi na ne say afi eya Akufo-Addo aban so no santimemu wo mu hu ne say eba empuntudwuma titru pa say yenya akwan nem ne ade nkukoko baabi no kumasememu de MPP amfa nka ho say ye be ye kwan ama Nina, yanye rules if you say bridge we crown here can was some say the so am bridge you say the fine and say interchange you say Nina ya fine yedwa Nina na was something for na dwum say MPP from ha na wo now so no mu di o ma bro reports like
one say President Akufo-Addo koto regional tour and we ko take FM eti o kasa na no and obi send a test from Kwabri East and a host no ka say Kwabri East for say Omo ne to abakese pa ma MPP. Omo akwan nye. So omo akwan de omo anye de ani afiwe no. Omo ebe fa omo ho adwene. So the president and what's it na adai say dem na me so omo nsa de akoto aba. Eti so omo say omo akoto aba ma ndi say ono de emfa no ho.
Sa kasa na I see little kasa but me enkoyi.
Na ono no nyaba bi say no ehunahuna no. Sasem no kan no I can tell you say na the whole Ashanti man no ma for mo hwadwene no ma for mo hwadwene because okwa Ashanti regional constituency a emo the highest vote Kwabri East and the ma wo mo the highest say wo mo vote na free wo ba no ebo obeka constituency ba miensa kura bom na enuru wo mo de no enso mo afọ mo ani anye den anko ho Ashanti region as a whole, o backbone. One neglect it. One year, she was on. Sassam way a yekin. And this in penny for and fanya a futusem. Now, I can tell, and this is say, one more ye come more strongholder. Ashanti region, your number 1. Voter region, your number 2. What do you mean, dear? Vote on Munya Ashanti region, a does the same voter region. Though voter region is a say a base, World Bank. But say vote to no Munya Ashanti region, and so some pa. Eti omofa womwani and call voter region, go there and do our roads for us. Roads to penny. Maybe we say from Akachabo, Sa to Achiavi. No more guswas fatamaya. Awurade Nyankopon.
When we cry.
Eh, yakwa no so tutu.
Yeah.
Eti omo konko gusuma yen.
Minister for roads.
Omo afa ho nyina. Now, mo mamwani enko Ashanti region. MPP promise 5 interchanges. Anabwa. Mo de munye 2. Na mo hwade. For NDC to get 34% in Ashanti region, it should tell you say no. Ashanti region yes stronghold said here MPP for Susuno. Because 34%, you know. Not just say we reduce waba 60 something no. But waba be 66%. Yeah. And abanu see two not MPP and 70 plus. Our Ashanti region are now NDC atimanya 34% in Ashanti region.
You are not delivering the golden eggs, no. Yeah.
Na say wo mo bo mo hu modern kakra. Na santifo samo mo 40% MPP nguye. Abu wamonya biom. The whole 16 regions no. Wamo win 3 regions. Ashanti region Gabo no ensu bia. Hwe 2024 MPP nya 1.1 million votes.
Yeah.
What they share 2020 MPP enya 1.7 million votes. Satem ote 600 and something na NDC nya ye free mo a. Na difference no eye 1.1 million.
Still na mood.
It is 1.1 million 20 you know a conquer about 8 regions. And more win here. And then motor tadi nyina ye 1.1. And this is 40 or more the free one difference aka be 500,000.
Do baby ya. Complete.
What you know? Be 500,000. Eti wo go hin. Wo bury. These are some of the things or more air capture has say. So mo be honest. That's a or mo ahwe ho asem yi a it's up to them. Hwe ye etosubium. Ye call the next you know. 11. One say perception that there was a disconnect between the regional party and constituency parties. The acrimony within regional party, the conflict in the constituency party, which were brought down from the 2020 constituency primaries at all levels, including the conduct of parliamentary primaries, which were not sufficiently addressed, which got escalated in 2024.
24.
Okay, you have got to abase we nipa. We nipa. Eti we nipa ntino. Just say you treat you say party no ngam.
The same also suffer you.
The same thing.
Yeah.
Eti say we say wia. Na fe go yi ne wo ye wo nipa ni wia.
Na di omo
na so omo nga ho no. Do you expect them to come and vote? No. They will not. Eno anadi omunya. We omo achọ book mu kama o. Omo mfa nya adwuma da. Do you know why? Do you know why?
Tell me.
MP baako gofo ya mfa na ngo one. Agufo ade ya mfa na ngo one. Eti ya mfa ba wo mi ngo one. Ye be ma na kobiom. I started.
Ye kasia import report ye PA.
I started. That year say ba mi ko ma lecture wo US.
I have a
General Secretary, the youth organizer, why the MPs and that. Etinachi, I don't want to do and you want to be voted as General Secretary again. Me, I will raise campaign against you. Grassroots to no be me because they know I mean well.
Wow.
So from the word go, what position? Meanwhile, last year we call elections, but we don't support you. Akufo-Addo don't support you. It was Alan Chemantin who supported Justin Kodua. Alan Chemantin who was very behind Justin Kodua.
And I think Justin Kodua and Sono Kennedy man support power.
Me didn't call Kennedy. What
good one.
Me didn't call Kennedy.
I quite remember.
Me Kasana Kennedy said, my friend Nyabotre.
Yes.
We made him so a good man. My corner office, my me say, now this guy Kennedy ma
Kodua.
On the day of elections, I know why you doing, no? Manje operational money be free Kodua ho. Because this car Kennedy ho, and I am the operations ban.
Really?
That day at Accra Stadium. Accra Stadium. Ebeye media. I took charge. What much why you book yeah. Don't want to banana for away. I would say, hey, Charlie, I didn't want it. Oh, no, Masuma. Or Moko Fakashaba. Me position boys, no. Kadu Brema, I'm saying, Mungo Trahuja. Or Montebanis cannot pack and so.
Like,
men I make at all. Okay, me when it comes to party operations, oh, mommy, freeways. You have no idea. Let us say, no way in a day. Akoso. Enti eno eka hu bi pa. Ana chese ayayi. Number 12.
Good.
Non-payment of emolument and allowances to the youth. That government had engaged in many youth employment models. Napco. Why you say na omo ya basabi? Napco na fe the morning ye kakeka hu. Chese amanfo ya assign omo boys are ye do omo as national security. How can you be paying national security on tabletop 1,000 for 8 years? For 8 years.
1,000 Ghana cedis.
1,000 for 8 years.
I am mastered to a bottom codine. They do fuel.
Or more year after or more trade or more off. Makola bako your friend no osei. Obia nim no Jubilee House.
Yeah.
President ko be oboko no no edika no ogina na konya no ho saa ene ade. Captain Koda so akodi ala echi. Eti wo end of a year ye tuatua mo.
End of service, you know.
Wan fa boy ni dia ma no.
Oh.
Wan fa ma no. So akodi ala echi nti. Na Captain Koda report to be admitted no. Wo de be duru so.
A brand end of service no.
Wan fa ma no.
Already na kesis kan ya tete so crowd.
What it is so? Abo mu kwayi is alleged say meeting I say president I say wo mu release 7,000. Na ye den 1,000 ye de mo. Captain Koda answer na kwaji ske baby tuatua mo. Me nim senior city. But for the boy no to tell the boy ni say no akokodi ala chinti no wuntua na yi man no we wicked.
Really? I wish I
was wicked.
Boy.
We wicked. Enu bi eka ho. Ano mu lusu ye.
Na capture wa he.
Enu na capture wa he. Ache se omonti mi anya ne esise wo munya no. Hwe number 13. The non-employment of teachers and nurses who had passed out, not holding the presidential and parliamentary primaries. Sorry. The non-employment of teachers and nurses who had passed out. And no, as also
nurses and teachers are
teachers or more.
Sadia so are confronted to Mahama paying.
Okay. Or mobile MPP were 8 years, or Mudi 8 years. Etienfa last 4 years, from 2021 to 2025. I move free Akunyasui. Who were 4 years to employ these people? You did not. Yemfa first 3 years in Antoncheng. Yemfa 2024. You have January to November. To employ people. 1 year. And now Tnasia near Kotoaba now Lusuye. Senye adwene boni. Any etrumodin semwa. Why should you rush people there? Obo abronya there, you know. Was it 2025 budget? 2025 budget, yeah. 2025 budget.
Talk of statistics.
Appropriation no muye just first quarter of a year. Sa you know, omo payroll so did that any ade no mu da hyehyɛ mu. Omo afa no omo ba beba no. Omo nim eti the new budget year omo ba be ye no. And the ba be capture say ye ba be fa nipa ebia 100,000. So let us budget for them.
Provisions for it.
Eti wo kasa out of ignorance.
Hey,
what kasa out of ignorance? Be say appropriation no mo epa wo kai say Amin Antabra no. Tama na say nkode budget no kono. Wan fanko. Wo mu look, the news say wo mu ebewe.
Unia no kwame abron unia no ya na afre netu no.
Menenu bekasa. Hwe, wo mu dim so mo bewe nti no. One say crude ukra omanya location for that. Akufo-Addo take it over 2017. January to June, yenya first crude in July. July 3rd or so. And a first crude buy. Because omoje budget for 6 months.
Yeah.
Crude what system no more would be power for 6 months. Et now tiho now who said doom so now ya look mo aban no e de ye because afena President Mahama edin the budget be parliament. But it's a week I'm so command the state of the nation.
Thursday.
We are na parliament can say budget atwaso afi ana okwa no kokodru November December.
Exactly.
Yes,
it's undispense any expenditure bia kwai o.
Bibia enkoye. Now nim wo mo wi ade na no 1 2 3 4 paragraph 4 I don't say around 98% of the respondents believe religion and tribe did not play a role in the elections outcome. One question mark do
can hope you mommy.
Was it around 98% of the respondents believe religion and tribe did not play a role in the elections outcome? So, what
serious?
And propaganda just to whitewash
the vice
or more candidate. Look, me say NDC for Mompaye. na MPP inside let Bawumia be. What I am praying for, and he said, all Muslims in the Muslim be a mama facing Bawumia.
And all the parties,
what they in America?
Okay.
Or more and kakra. Now, who they young for 10 times or belusu 10 times. It is sad you are Mudiasha Hange, a taxes though.
Yeah.
Tactics. Just to whitewash.
Exactly. Candidates in the facelift.
Look, Obio because a can say elections, your politics, tribe, any religion play your boy.
Hey, religion deal akwetene pa.
Me say
and
both.
I quite remember interview bia we here ne Kwame Tizikese.
Yeah.
And I walk and say
that's right.
Then I'm say baby, I'm a check of fact here because religion play a role papa.
What they share proud to elections. But we miako sorry bia what they actually say na so for the nessa. Last minute when I tell you what happened behind the scenes, it will shock you. Religion, they will not. And a yadia Memfa ne sese Nyankopon hyehyɛ yo. Hwɛ wiase afa na nyina. Wokɔ baabi a nkremofo dominate a Kristo do ntimi ndi president wɔ hɔ da.
Scientific na wo kan.
Egypt, Morocco, Algeria, you can say Niger, Mali, Jordan, Afghanistan. Who born you? Say we a Kristo do kwa di president who born you? Vice President impo wu nya ni. But Ghana, you say, you nipa baako. You nipa baako no. There is nowhere in democracy. I say minority rule. Tell me, baby, always, majority rule. Eti, wo kwa koyi candidate. Wo hwe baby I was strength. Ewo do kwa koyi. And in this country, two major parties,
Yeah.
Bako strength, ewo Akan area.
Good.
And Bako strength, ewo the minority tribes, area. It is a what can minority tribes in our bomwa? That's a unya Akan kakrefu hupe. No what it will now.
That's right.
Eti enye chinchina chin. Enye chinchina chin. Say NDC because wakwakofa Asantini ababejina ho. Enye chinchina chin. Wamudu beke say, why ne yede no ba yebenya sa support
no ba appeal to electorates.
Votarians see nordness as their brothers and sisters. Sand omuso so ehu. Akan asantifo hu achemfo say omu ye nuanom. Omu hu infantifo say omu ye nuanom. Omu hu dentrafo say omu ye nuanom. Enti akan group ni nyina so no kwawufo no ni ayi nyina omu say omu ye nuanom. Enti say party way ba na minority tribe ababedi so. Party way ba na majority tribe ababedi so. Na wo no ka say there be media me kwa kofa. Eno
afina mateka
eno ne mo problem no.
Chinchina chin.
Eno ne mo problem no. Ye de Nyankopɔ adom mo apam ye frim tie de ye beti magra ne commentary.
Give us who we engineer sa party in those days. Give us a sense of it before Beba reporting. Mayenya Ntiasi say why MPP was banking their whole hope on Bawumia. Idea is Masembena e wo ho.
Nyachum. Hwe.
Hey.
Te Bawumia menene ni personal problem.
Okay.
Menene personal problem.
Why a fine man? On your back.
Those days na me kwa Akufo-Addo one. And waka se ko support Bawumia nga metie no. Because one would be candidate and me support near me.
So you're given a choice.
Yes.
I see.
So me read it through and I'm no. Sadly way hekwa enye Adam koko support Alan Kojo chairman. Ala free. Look. Say one who say MPC ni bia started.
Yeah.
Or mo paycheck am. Na mo ni esi ye no, mo mfanya dusua.
Yeah.
Mo mfanya dusua. Most of the MPs no omunya sandifo za o. Ye be wo mo ho keke. Ye be wo mo. Some of them wuti omudi an wuti mi hu say na etie. So hu ne etie no. Eti me nim say Nyambo a Okwada 14 recommendations so omo de aba no.
This is a very brilliant thing.
Yebe ko hu. Na nka we de nka mesro. Me fa yekitoa bi mfem. Me hu ne enti a national service honom no.
NSA.
Tese omo di omo ne asi me wo fa ase no so. Gift to ware. Na omo a
gifting.
Omo na eye yi no. Ya jawo.
Gift a she kakra.
Wonim. Se wokọ honom a.
Yeah.
Omo bie adena schools no e de omo masterless eba. Private for no eso so ba na omo ba register. Omo register eye director deployment.
That's right.
And no generate pin.
Okay.
Ono generate pin we are then deputy executive director operations.
Right.
And the ma approval first stage.
Okay.
In this case, Gifty no a deputy director general. No administration.
Yeah.
Nanabi was operations. Nanabi if you wanna osnuba your mufreni, one so buy one nana in charge of.
Dem so me fa we mi madam.
Ebre no.
We dem me patch we dey hia me pa me serew.
Yes sir.
Running mate. Me nim say wo mu a ne commentaries ni be they affect the party.
Running mate no enso de kakra ebe mu. Omo eyi ankrofo kan ne say running mate no na very huge potential. No monim say youth no ebe related to him. Until now, the more we say, commitment deliver youth vote no. Abeka Dr. Bawumia dear. And I'm so unfortunately no. Massa because of some initial miscommunication.
Okay.
And one of them characterized it as politically incorrect statement. What you say? But he had huge potential. And he Nipani B can say ye kwenimu no se ye de bema se bia bibia ni ho se bia party ni san de maba omi abiu and I say in whatever capacity running me be finding itself no ye mpe enipa na manage ni yi what you say so ono as a person no ye say ono enkrofo ka say onye papa what you say but maybe the communication. The people are saying so. Say next time, no, whatever capacity level they should have people to manage him better. What you say? So again, it is not or no as an individual, but the communication.
Okay.
What you say?
Yeah.
And the communication the grounds no, and yet you know who hear report no more. Binimu say any panic be.
Of course.
Na boni pegu. What you say? He say obia ono ne criticism be emu at NDC no. One be internal and also internal bleeding. Also internal bleeding. What you say? All these things party no was a Bianca party is stronger in these areas. The party wasn't. And he said making lessons in there. A dorsal. Okay, some no dorsal. Now me just say party a general akuma paso near the adwempa edi echira near resolve say be near senefata. The future of the party is great. But nyina and I'm a bit too from now.
Right.
My main core report no say be ya main from adwen ka bibia. Report no say me ka executive summary no. Or say the research revealed the following as the major causes of our defeat. I said the current delegate system of selecting party leaders. Party for no one has any chromo for no say more delegates is a man's son. Say binum any patchin be. I'm call baby. I think that is even covered in the report. I say if a baby a crofonso. The teacher for be a more. I'm going to post on to Abana. And I'm call you know, and Obidu Amoko as a teacher for no. I'm penny be young Coneho. He was talking about the teacher for more. He's a senior secondary school. Be on they had a meeting, MPP sympathizers, they had a meeting. Say among Kotrabano. A teacher Nino on Oye head of the teachers, MPP caucus now on Oye Mo Penny. On one monograna, you say, or a secretary will say, why, Ama, Yaquin Efrimu, Yaquin Efiabo, we say, on support to a parliamentary candidate Binti, Yaquin Efiabo. He was so peeved. I'm going to ask him to about. I didn't know I'm to about, or say, much rain say, or say, Kukumutini de Cotuaba. Kukumutini de Cotuaba, much rain say, Kukumutibi, a worth television. Kukumutibi a worth fridge. Na say, a ye, Mimico Mutina me Cotuaba, no, the air commission the air so we'll be there a year worth TV, any fridge. That's a media counts for nothing. That's a missing Cotuaba and the other Cotuaba. The teacher for now, Handy, Buitrimbo say, Yan Cotuaba. It will be Uncle Tuaba. Near Kaihun Tam say, well, Cotuano Kura, beer, a shoe we knew see. Did they all resolve their Montaba? And one of them at ye Amsamoko Bugu, I can't say president, you say candidate, vice president, Bahana, who am mobile. The Nanka meet me up on the one can catch an somebody's guy out here campaign in Butum, because he is into Abanamamo. Can you believe that? And the vice president had gone there, and I'm a Casabo. Say, Nanko Mutimi, a bear, come catch and say, Open catching Butum. No one decided to say into Abanama MPP. Or who's in the city? Yeah. In Tino, and he may be now unloading. I say the current delegate system of selecting party leaders. Yeah. Selecting party leaders, you know. I see polling station. Within the party, polling station, electoral area, constituency, regional and national offices, as well as parliamentary and presidential candidates. That's the delegate system. And the second thing I'm was the general economic hardship in the country during the period under review. I want to know about my name. Katie, when President Kufuor winning power, December 2016, nearby Baimua, President about Tumfo Jose Obechiano. And there's some Tumfo Kai. What can I say? The kind or say, a huchere any a common nibre and a man or more trabanitia John Mahama. Over the same thing, about 20 hours. And then I'm related to know. I was the general economic hardship in the country during the period under review. What I say? The next thing I'm working on was the perception of corruption tag. And now can was him. Say 2 for 2 for say. If you are bored bread, would ye? We yesika, I'm 4 man sika. The Judine a cop. But people were talking about corruption. What you say? Now you see what then it means is that a perception said this government was corrupt. The government and the party did not fence off Saatag, I the boy, Sanya no kra ye ntimi ankyere mu yi de Ghana fo no sa bebre no sa asem no to mutrim say aban no emufo no bo man no kro no you see the perception of corruption tag and then the leadership style of President Kufuor, which people perceived as single-minded and intransigent. Now I must say Kufuor ba first no just say apano obi apeso ko hunu bia no tunufo no tie na mum second time no dey na say ase office wonya tumi na wie nti obi aka asema wonti na manfo say he started well by being well sir ya mo kan ya akoka say enipa de wotwe enso 87 MPs mo from constituencies aba e kase ye kwa ni de obi aka ni so furiata sesa no wa sesa no so sadie no na de no mo ka no you see politics yeah politics no make say is about 80% bubble okay and 20% and the year reality oh the nipa ka no sometimes enye no kure se enye no kure say wan timi ankyire mu ye dia what you say na de nipa no ka no o say utie ma wo oh ndi wamokoye no sanse mi nyina ba mu people spoke about the fact that the perception that government was controlled by the family of President Akufo-Addo.
Yeah.
The perception that the president single-handedly controlled the party. A perception. No, say the perception that candidate Bawumia was going to be a shadow of the president. Independent before say Bawumia no. What I say? President Mills. There was no primaries in the party, NDC. Ron is now the copy no. So do declaration. Say we me double also many. And he say many how no di. People thought say Mills was going to be an appendage of Rawlings. But President Mills when you be begin na afi ni running mate kwa you Rawlings wa amona mane. Rawlings go do ho no yi jo Muhammad dada. Omo free kama center ho. Eko what you say? But the perception was there. Party na ntima ankyere mu ye. So na said one say na see ye nti enye say odne nanado de ne be hye ne botom entesa. The party couldn't explain well. What you say? Nti perception no then continued. It hung out there. Nti ne mani bi ho a enye reality. And I say the perception that President Akufo-Addo's government neglected Ashanti in the development of infrastructure, especially roads. What I say? When you say report you, Governor Moko, you know, Ibn Muko Akuma dying. No offense. Akuma dying for no Mukushia or Mono, Kase, and ye be come say if I saw me runabout, also be interchange, and I won't mean you would see also traffic. They were talking about that.
No, because one say, Peniba could be cancelled. Me, ma'am say, when we find Chemi was say, Ashanti region, Yabru Cheni Kumasi. Obia sorry, Obeba Kumasi, or Padia toss me Bakumasi, or Beba Diga me Bakumasi. Inti Opeso drew Kumasi Noa. Sa interchange a more can once more say, we toss 9 Numia, the no one conquering one, or Bani Kumasi, so who be.
Keti meka mampo asem bisa omo say mampo ehunu mo de mampo krom ekwan aban aye e bin sida eni pa na omo tie mo say se ne wo kan ya Keti wo say yen ye Kumasi ye political capital ye administrative capital ye traditional capital ne ma mienza Inti se wo ye mampo no anye Kumasi a wonye hwe. Se wo ye Kumasi no anye mampo a. Interested. Mampo fo na ekasa o. What you say? Ene wo wie no san de atato say ye ba mampo e be Kumasi a. Wo du so am run about a. Wo so otimi di 2 hours. Wo free tafo e be dru so am run about. Ye say interchange intimi nye. Ene ma ye interchange no enum won kran. Mo ka ho asem. Kumasi a mo be yenum ba kokora mo ntimi anye ohun se ni city nti obia say some of them are constituency specific and so bia be ko baby yes o galamsey fo abese yasase nya asase ne kwa ayi ahafo no side ho
yeah
almost say no mo ye emuafu bia constituency fo no mo pa adwuma ye no about 50% e wo sa emuafu no na galamsey fo abese yo mo galamsey nipa say na we the community no just about half omano aduane aba wo ma ne san say omunsuo. They are talking about those things. Oh, indeed, any man a dorsal. Then a friend is saying, "Wo, I hear youth models, youth modules, and they are training ye man for Juma ye kakra, a binimu forestry mu, youth in afforestation, youth in whatever. Yama mojuma." But I could do baby in his can and from our woman. Bengo a bosome in sciences in the interior mocha.